Okay, guys. So today we'll be covering a lot of questions, and then we'll do this is going to be more of a discussion, more than sort of a presentation, because I'm not a big fan of presentations. I like discussions. So let me do the screen shares and let me go straight into the point, and let me explain you how the whole thing would work, basically. So once you sort of log in, this is how your account would look like. In your back office or whatever you call it, your dashboard would look like. So you can see there are different sort of coins that you can trade on. These are the 6 to 7 coins that you can trade on. So you can trade on Bitcoin, Cardano, Bitcoin Cash, EOS, Ethereum, Litecoin, Tron, and Ripple. These are the only coins that you can trade on. And with most of these coins, you're trading against dollar and against Bitcoin. Now, a few important things to remember about this exchange is that in this exchange, Bitcoin is referred as XBT, not as BTC. So XBT. So every time you hear, let's say, for example, USD XBT, that means there's US dollar Bitcoin trade. Anyways, now, what do you guys have to do? Let's start with that. The most important, the first question is how to put the trade in. Because by the way, you can move these as well if you want, and this is pretty user-friendly, so you can move it up, you can move it down. If you like to sort of mess about with things like me, then you can always, mess about with it a little bit. So you can sort of maximize this thing, and you can see the chart. You can see what's going on in the chart, and because that's where you can do your analysis from. But obviously, you wouldn't have to do that because that part is something that's looked after by us. So all you're going to get is you're going to get a signal, and that signal will tell you to buy or sell, okay, for X amount of for this price, and so on and so forth. So let's go, because all of us are part of the premium group anyways. So for those of you who are part of the premium group, if you look at the last signal that we gave, which was ADA X18, which is again ADA trade, ADA Bitcoin trade, Z18. Now, it says that buy long between 13.12 and 13.15. So let's see if you're following that signal now. Let's go. First of all, you're going to go on ADA, which is Cardano over here. It says ADA at the bottom. So now you will look at the price. At that time, the price was here, so that's why we get a signal. And ever since, it's been shooting up, and I believe it's just going to go up to 150, like 13.56 or 13.60 odd anyways. So now let's say, for example, instead of 13.12 to 13.15, let's say the signal said that enter. Okay, let's say the signal said that enter around this price here, okay? Now let's say the signal said that enter around 13.35 or 30, between 13, yeah, okay, I know, don't worry. I'll sort it out, don't worry, I know what I'm doing. I'll get back to you guys in a bit. Sorry, guys, it's my business partners messaging me. Okay, so let's say the signal said the buy between, we'll use the same signal anyways, which was the buy between 13.12 and 13.15. So what you're going to do is you're going to go on the limit over here. Now, it's up to you. That's your choice, that you can either put a buy limit at 13.15 or buy limit at 13.12. Ideally, just let's say, for example, because you're new, ideally what I tell people is put 50% of your trade at 13.15 and 50% of your trade at 13.12. That's what I tell people ideally. But if you can do that, fair enough. How would you do that? Really simple. So let's say, for example, if we have, hypothetically speaking, let's say if we have if you're trading with 1 Bitcoin, because that's an easy example. If I'm trading with 1 Bitcoin, I'm only using, let's say, 10% of my account in each trade, hypothetically speaking. So that means that I'm only going to be using 0.1 BTC for this trade. So if I'm only using 0.1 BTC for this trade, and I'm going to choose my leverage, which will always be 10x. So if I'm choosing my 10x leverage from here, first of all, now the second thing, I'm going to go here and I'm going to put here 13.15 as a price. And now on the contracts, I will put whatever, I'll start with 1,000 and then 10,000, 100,000. I will look at this cost here, because this is the value of your trade, basically. This is the cost of your trade. This is the amount that you're trading with, okay? So these are the contracts that you're purchasing. So now it says 10,000 contracts will cost us 0.01. So now let's say instead of 10,000, we say 50,000. So 50,000 is going to cost us 0.692. So let's say we said 40,000 contracts or 35,000 contracts. So as you guys can see, 38,000 contracts, 37,000. So from here, you can do the adjustments and you can see 37,000 contracts would come up to the price of 0.0512 BTC. So that will be the cost of my order. So because I'm only using, remember, I'm only using 10% of my account for the trade, according to this hypothetical example. But you can use between 10 to 20% of your account for the trade, but I will suggest not to use more than that. So now in this, according to this hypothetical example, if you do that, you're going to click on buy long, for example. Once you click on buy long, it will show you that your order value is this. Okay, your order value is 0.486, but don't worry about the value. The value means that's the amount you're trading with. Because you're using 10x leverage, it simply means that you're borrowing, let's say if you're trading with $100, for example, let's say you're trading with $250, hypothetically speaking, on each trade. So because you're using 10x leverage, you're borrowing 10 times more the money from the exchange, which means the value of your order is actually not $250, the value of your order is $2,500. So hence why once as you see, sometimes a coin goes even up by 1%, in reality, the coin is going up by 1%. But because you're using 10x leverage, the profit that you make on that is 10%. So hence why you see that people are making 10%, 20%, 50% profits on the daily basis on each trade. This is the reason. And similarly, if you don't do it the right way, you can lose as well. So again, this is the order value. It shows the cost, which is what you actually putting in this trade is 0.05, which means that hypothetically, let's say if this trade goes in loss, for example, and let's say you don't put any stop losses in, this is the maximum amount that you can lose. But obviously, we always give you stop losses to put as well. So in that case, you will not even lose this amount. Now, available balance, it will show you here, size position after execution. So it'll tell you that how many coins are you going to have after, how many contracts, it's not coins, how many contracts you're going to have after the trade has been executed. And then again, what's the market price for right now? Estimated liquidation price. This is really important. Liquidation price means, now estimated liquidation price over here means that if price hits this point here, 12.17, what's going to happen is if you don't have stop losses and the price goes down to 12.17, that means that you're going to lose 0.051 BTC, and this trade will get liquidated. Okay, and that's pretty much it. And it just shows the difference. Liquidation difference is about 9%. So if the coin goes down by 9%, that's when your trade gets liquidated, basically. So these are the simple things. Again, you don't need to know all of this, but I'm just explaining you all of this. All you need to know is, I'll just go there again. All you guys need to know is you're going to select the cost, because this is the most important thing. From here, you're going to put the quantity in and you're going to adjust the cost accordingly. So according to this, you're going to put 37,000 contracts. You're going to click on buy long, for example. Now the price is what, 13.15. Let's say hypothetically, if you click on buy long, if you see here, the contracts are just filled in. So now 37,000 contracts are here at 13.15. You can click on this and you can cancel it as well. So it's been canceled. Now the contracts have been canceled. That's how simple it is to put the order in, to put either the buy orders or sell orders. It's that simple to put both in as well. Now the same thing you can do the other way as well. Let's say if you're putting a sell trade in. Now let's say we go to a different coin, for example. Let's say we go to Bitcoin. Now let's say we give you a trade which says that, you know what, sell Bitcoin between, I don't know, 6,600 and 6,610. Now, if you do that, let's say you're going to sell it for 6,600, for example. You're going to click here. Instead of 6,500, you're going to put 6,600 here. Okay, now you put 6,600 here. Now it's asking you, because you're using 10x, always change your leverage again. So 10x leverage you're using. Now it's asking you how many contracts you're purchasing. When it comes to Bitcoins, $1 means one contract. So let's say you're going to say, I'm going to purchase 10,000 contracts, right? So if you're purchasing 10,000 contracts, that means the cost of your order is 0.1541. Even though the order value is around 1.5 Bitcoin, but your cost is only 0.15. But obviously, because we are only trading with 10% of our account, So what we're going to do is we're going to change this 10,000 contracts to 7,000 contracts. And as you can see, it's 0.1. So I'm going to click on, for example, sell shot. Once I click on sell shot, I'm going to click, again, the same details have been mentioned here. Then my liquidation price is 72.92. So once I click on sell shot from here, for example, as you guys can see, this is where my order has come up to, 6,600. That means that I'm going to cancel it quickly because I don't want it to get executed. Okay, so again, that means now my sell limit is being set. And that's how simple and easy it is to put the sell order, guys. Now, there's another thing you can do is average your sell. So like I gave you example with the first trade. So let's say if you're using 10% on each trade, that's a strict rule, like maybe 20% on each trade, for example. Then what you do is you put 10% on the first amount that we have given you. For example, the example of Cardano, we told you to buy between 13.12 and 13.15. So what you can do is you can put 50% of whatever the amount that you're looking to, 37,000 according to this hypothetical example, 37,000 contracts at 13.15 and 37,000 contracts at 13.12. By doing so, what's going to happen is you're ready to rock and roll basically as soon as the price goes down. And let's say if the price goes down to 13.15 and never comes down to 13.12, no problems. But your one trade is still executed, you know? So you're in a win-win situation. But let's say if the price goes down to 13.15, let's say if you put the full trade order at 13.12 now, maybe it can come down to 13.15 and never goes down to 13.12. That way your price is not hit. And same thing, let's say if you keep your full order at 13.15, then it might go to 13.15 and it might goes down. And let's say if it goes on stop loss, you'll think, oh my God, if I would have put it on 13.12, I would have had less loss. So hence why it's always, you gotta always average your positions in once you're buying in, and same thing once you're selling out as well. So this is how you put the buy limit order, guys. Just before I move on to stop loss and take profit, I will quickly sort of give you 1 minute or so that you guys can get back to me if you guys have any questions in regards to this. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. With the buy limits, okay. Okay, I guess everyone's got this so far. So we'll move on to the second part. Okay, now we've put the buy limit order in. The next is how to put the take profit. Really simple. How to put the take profit. Let's say, for example, now, according to this hypothetical example, I can put take profits in 2-3 different ways. I'm going to show with you guys all them 2-3 different ways, so you can choose whatever is easier for you. The first way is very simple. If you go down here, for example, on the active contracts or active orders, for example, once you go down here, once you see in the position, as soon as, let's say, any trades gets, once you see a trade has been executed, so what happens, for example, let me see if I can actually show you a live example here at 13.35. I'll put one contract now, just to show you guys at 13.35. Buy long, just one contract, just to show you guys. Okay, once this trade hits, then I'll show you how to use that way of putting the take profit. But before that, now the first way is if you can simply go here. You can go on the market, or you can you can go on the stock market, and from here you can click on take profit limit. Okay, so once you click on take profit limit or take profit market as well, if you don't put a take profit market, then at the market price I'll simply take profit. But don't do that. Always have a take profit limit. So once you're going to go on take profit limit, it's going to ask you what price do you want it to be for it to take profit. So you're going to say, I want it to be at, for example, 13.56, and that's what I want to take profit. It's going to ask you what price you want to trigger it at. I'll say 13.56. I usually keep them both the same. So 13.56, once you're going to do that, so you're going to click on sell, take profit sell, because that's the only option you're going to have. So once you put on that, it's going to tell you that, you know what, it'll give you this pop-up. It doesn't really matter. Just click on sell from here, and once you do so, what's going to happen, I'll show you here. It says this stop order would increase your position from 0 to -1 contract on execution, but you have chosen trigger selected. This option is intended for close orders only. If you proceed, this stop may automatically cancel upon trigger. So basically what it's saying is you can only, with this order, you can always decrease your positions. You can't increase your positions. So you can do that again, click on take profit limit. And now as you can see, if the price goes down and hits this price and goes up, let's say you're sleeping, automatically as soon as the price hits this order, this 1356 limit, what's going to happen is it's going to close your position. And that's how you'll be able to sort of benefit from this. So that's how you put the take profit, guys. The other way of putting take profit is you can go on the limit order, use the same amount, which is 37,000 contracts. You can use the same amount. If you were buying before, now you can put a different price here as 1356, which is your take profit. And instead of buying, you can click on sell. So once you click on sell, you're ready to get going. Okay. So guys, that's how simple it is to put the take profit. Now, the last thing is a stop loss. Very simple. Again, for you to put the stop loss, you're going to click on the stop market. Okay, once you click on the stop market, click on, sorry. Come on, dude. This calculator's come up. Okay, now to put the stop loss, you're going to go on the stop market, put the value, whatever the value is. Let's say, according to this hypothetical example, we say it's 1290, for example. If you that means 37,000 contracts. Let's say I want to click on set, sell, stop. Once I do that, I'm going to click on sell. I'm going to click on place. And as you can see, my stop loss is placed there, which means that in case if the trade goes against me, as soon as price hits this place here, then my order will be closed and I'm not going to lose any more than that. So that's how you put the stop loss as well. And again, I always suggest to trade with all three of them: stop loss, take profit, and obviously limit orders. That's the best way to sort of move forward. These are the three main things that's been covered. The fourth thing, again, which is we have already covered, is where you can see the cost, because a lot of people were asking this question is, how do I know how much I'm putting in each trade? So this is where you can adjust it. You can go into quantity. You can choose I always like to do 1,000, and then I can see, okay, the cost is 0.0014. If I do 10,000, it's going to be 0.014. If I do 100,000, it's going to be 0.14. So that means I'm going to change it to 75,000. So if I change it to 75,000, it's going to come up, 75,000, it's going to come up as 0.015. And that's it. And that's how I put the limit orders in. So that's how you can check which amount you're using, what cost you're using. This is where you can change the leverage from high, low, whatever. Always, I suggest no more than 10x to start with for the first couple of months. And then you can always, obviously move from there. I think that's pretty much it, the basics of how to do, what to do, how to deposit your amount in here is again really simple as well. You can simply go on the account. Once you go on the account, you can click on deposit. Once you go and click on the deposit, you'll get your address and simply paste, send Bitcoins to this address, and you're ready to get going. Similarly, you can withdraw the same way as well. I think that's pretty much it. There's nothing else for me to mention, guys, in regards to the trading itself. And I think I've covered all the questions. Now, if you guys have any questions, please unmute yourself, ask me them questions, and I'll be more than happy to go through them with you in the next 5 to 7 minutes. And then I'll take a couple of suggestions from you in regards to trading side as well, if you guys have any suggestions for us. Any questions, guys? I'll unmute you guys so that you guys can ask us the questions. I'm going to unmute all. Okay, so everyone is unmuted now, or are they? Is everyone unmuted?
No, no one's unmuted.
Okay, I'm unmuted. Okay, Aran, I've unmuted Aran. I've unmuted B, Kyra. I've unmuted Imran.
Your collection left a star.
Okay, I've unmuted almost everyone. I'm going to mute all again, because some people, there's a lot of noise with around some people. So guys, just unmute yourself. Any questions? We have another 60 seconds for question and answers. If you have any questions, please ask me. If not, then we'll take some suggestions from you in terms of the trading side, in terms of the signal side, is if there's anything that you want us to add, anything that you want you're sort of struggling with, and so on and so forth, because we want to improve our service, we want to get better, and we always want to get your opinions and suggestions, because that's what matters the most. No questions, I guess. Okay, I have one BDC. I have one BDC, so now I will put 0.1 per trade with 10x. Absolutely, bro. Yeah, one BDC, because there is no rush. The thing is, with one BDC, for example, you're only trading with 0.1 per trade. That's still damn good, So yeah, definitely stay with that strategy, buddy. 0.1 BDC per trade. Is the live meeting? Yes, this is Seth. That's right. This meeting is being recorded, and most probably it'll be uploaded on my YouTube channel for you guys to take advantage from. So you can use this, you can listen to this meeting again, or you can send it to your friends or people that you know of who want to learn more about trading. Any other questions, guys? Okay, no questions. Fantastic. Now, at last, guys, is there any sort of feedback that you want to give us in regards to the signals? Anything that you guys asked to work on, or anything that needed added on from your side, and that you think we can improve on? Yeah, sure, Pauline. I'll send you the BTC address to transfer Bitcoins for the monthly subscription. No problems, buddy. All good, all good. Everyone is good. Around is saying it's all good. Thank you, guys. It was lovely to have you all on this call. If there's any suggestions, any feedbacks, really fabulous, man. Any feedbacks, please feel free to get back to us and give us your suggestions and advices and feedbacks. We always welcome them. If you're not already part of our Facebook group, please make sure to join our Facebook community as well. Join our Facebook group as well as our Telegram group. You're already there. You can also add, by the way, you can add the people that you know of who are interested about trading, who are interested about making money online. You can add them in these groups. And let's say if they decide to join and if they decide to get started, you will actually be incentivized just for adding them in the group. And if they've come through you, you'll be incentivized a 10% residual income on each client. So let's say if you have, let's say the furthest 10 clients, for example, and because of the excitement and because of the real life proof that they're seeing in the groups, they'll see, you know what, this is good. I want to give it a shot. They get started. That means now you're making 10% as a residual income from every single individual that's joining. So imagine if you're making that sort of money on every person, most importantly, that's residual income. So 10 people, let's say if you're making 25, 30 pounds per person as a monthly basis, that's 200, 300, 400 pounds a month as a residual income. And in BTC, by the way, so each basically BTC client will give you about 0.005 BTC as a monthly residual income. So just add your numbers up and you guys know that how much you can make on the networking side as well, just by spreading the love. So that's pretty much it for this, guys. I will love you and leave you. The meeting's about to finish now. I'll catch you all again next week. Until then, ta-da, take it easy, and we'll see you all very soon.
Thanks, Cameron.
Yes, guys.